Today's show brought to you by imagination. You know, that thing you lost when you were a child? The foundation of creativity, the ability to dream, and the determination to reach the stars. Imagination. From the most trusted puppet in media. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman.
You could accept the fact that this city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportion. What do you mean, biblical? What he means is Old Testament, yeah, Mayor. Real wrath of God type stuff. Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling.
40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes, the dead rising from the grave.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
Broadcasting live from the WDCE studios out of the University of Richmond. You're listening to 90.1 FM from the most trusted puppet in media. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday morning. Want to thank everyone, of course, for tuning in and listening to the show. I've not been here. This is 4 weeks, going on almost 4 weeks ago. Listen, it's summer. So what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to hang out at the beach. What were you doing? Listen, I'm sorry you were stuck inside. I know it's really hot out there. It's very hot, and I understand. Listen, I'm not going to stay outside that long myself. However, I came into the station this morning, and it seems that there's no air conditioning here. They had fans blowing all over the place and everything. It's like they still have some issues. The computer was down, so I had to figure out a way to get my own computer to work. Anyways, just growing pains as the last couple of weeks there has been issues here at the station, but have no fear. Have no fear. We have made it to Saturday. What does that mean? Well, of course, if you look around, if you turn on the television, you turn on the news, you would think that we may not have made it to Saturday. But we did. We made it to Saturday, and of course, you are here listening to me and on a Saturday, and you're wondering, am I a real puppet? Well, the question is, the answer to the question is, yes, I am a real puppet. And you say, well, how is a real puppet on the radio? Well, we will show you that at the top of next hour. Like I said, there were some issues at the beginning of this hour, so we weren't able to do exactly what we wanted to do at the beginning of the show, but we will do it at the top of next hour if you have Instagram. If you have Instagram, you can go ahead and actually download Instagram if you don't have it, and search at Sam Newsman. At Sam Newsman on Instagram, and we'll be able to actually be on the air here on the radio and on Instagram at the same time. We're going to do that at the top of next hour at 10 o'clock. So just be prepared for that. Now, of course, other things that are going on right now. We do have a lot of things, a lot of stuff happening here. Because of the last couple of weeks we've not been here. So we had to sit there and think of an idea. Well, what if we do not have the ability to come into the station? Last year things were crazy, and all of a sudden things this year might get crazy. And we might be in a situation where we might not be able to come in here. Although, of course, if that is the case, what we want you to do is we want you to get in contact with the station and tell them we never want Sam not to be on Saturday mornings. So, just to reach out to WDCE, go to the website, WDCE.net, to contact the radio people here at the station and tell them you always want Sam on Saturday mornings. Listen, if you hear my voice on Saturday mornings, you know what that means? That means you made it. Yeah, that means you made it. Yeah. I mean, listen, all the ups and downs you had during the week, but then all of a sudden you hear my voice on Saturday morning, you're like, it's Saturday morning and there's Sam. Yes, and I'm here. I'm here, like I said, it's a little bit later than I wanted to be. But we were able to get it going. I did get some newspapers today. I did. I got the Washington Post and the Richmond Times-Dispatch. However, it's just bad news. And of course, as much as I really would like to commentate on the news of the day, it has been quite depressing as of late, specifically this week. So, what I will do is, instead of actually going over these newspapers here that you can hear them rustling in the background, I do have the newspapers here. However, we don't want to actually go over any news. So we'll just stick those over there, and we'll think about news at another time. And of course, now you're then thinking, if this is maybe the first time you've heard of this show, I mean, I'm not sure if any students here on campus are listening. They might be all still passed out. And if that's the case, more power to them. I wish I could sleep. But as the most trusted puppet in media, a puppet's work is never done. So therefore, I never sleep. Well, if I do, it's just a cat nap here or there. But and that's no offense to the dogs. I mean, but it just dog nap doesn't have the same ring to it as cat nap, right? Yeah? What do you mean to say? You want to say power nap? I'm asking you. You guys are on the other side of the glass, right? Okay. Cat nap, right? Power nap, whatever. But anyways, of course, so back to what we were doing here at before we started. I wanted to let you guys all know that, of course, we're here every Saturday morning. Well, we haven't been the last 4 weeks. Okay, 3 weeks. Three prior weeks we've not been here. But usually we're here 9 to 11 a.m. Now, that might change. And if we do have that to change, it might go from 7 to 9 a.m. if more students need to have time slots here at the studio and the station. And that's okay. We have done 7 a.m. before in the past. However, getting here at 6:30 in the morning is brutal. It's brutal. Not saying that I can't do it. I can do it, but I don't really want to do it. So hopefully we'll still keep the same time slot. And that will be from 9 to 11. Now, if you do have a smartphone, download the Simple Radio app, search WDCE. You can listen to the show live. But I was also bringing up the fact that how are we going to hedge our bets in case we get kicked off the air. And the reality is that I'm taking every single episode that we've done here. We've had over, I think, 120 episodes here on the station. Yeah, you didn't know that, did you? Over 120 episodes. That's a lot of episodes. It's about 3 years worth of shows. Minus some of the breaks that we had because of the sniffles. Well, I didn't have the sniffles. Everybody else had the sniffles. People still might have the sniffles, I think. But once again, that's bad news. We don't want to sit there and think about bad news. We want to think about good news. And the good news is that, like I said, you're hearing my voice. It's Saturday morning. And, of course, what do I do here? What do I do here on the radio on Saturday morning? Well, I do give you information. I talk to you for a little bit, because why else would I not talk to you with a voice like this? But what we do here is we play cartoon themes. Did you know that the government listen, would your government ever lie to you? Now, I mean, that's a yes or no question. But the other question is, would your government ever look out for you? Would your government ever look out for you if you were a kid? Does the government ever really care about children? Well, we know they don't. We know they don't, and of course we have evidence of that because in the 1990s, they passed legislation that said that children's programming needed to become more educational. That's right. Now, I don't know about you, but during the 80s, a lot of television shows were educational. There was always the G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle PSA at the end of every single episode. At the end of every He-Man episode, He-Man would tell you why Skeletor was doing something wrong and why you, as a child, should not do what Skeletor did. On Silverhawks would have educational moments where they would talk about space and stars at the end of each episode. Now, this would happen with all sorts of different episodes and cartoons throughout the 80s. However, the government said it wasn't enough. They said, you need to do more, and you need to educate more. And so what happened eventually is that we moved from cartoons on Saturday mornings to animal shows, space shows, and more animal shows. And eventually sports. Well, because sports makes money. Unfortunately, cartoons don't make money. Well, that's a sad reality and a fact. But at the end of the day, what you need to know is that Saturday morning was a magical time. And to this day, it still is a magical time. Because I am here. And I am here to actually have you take a trip down memory lane. And on that memory lane is some of the best cartoon themes that you'll ever hear. Now, one thing that we'll do, and you have to wait. Now, there's rules here at the station. And the rule is that you can't call the station until I start playing music. Okay? So if you ever try to call the number and I'm talking, I'm not going to answer. Okay? So that's just the reality of the situation. But if you do have a cartoon theme request, reach out to me at Sam Newsman on Twitter and on Instagram. And the phone number, 804-289-UR90, 804-289-8790. Remember, only call when the music is playing. And when I say music, I mean the best music, and that is cartoon music. From songs from Alvin and the Chipmunks, Muppet Babies, Dennis the Menace, Potato Head Kids, and many others, here on this first block of cartoon themes. From the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman. And this is Saturday Morning.
I've got my computer. I'll play the piano.
Is everything all right in here?
Yes, Nanny. so much fun. Cocoa potatoes, that's such fun. Potato chips, I'm moving along. I'm giving a cart onto the ground, chasing the trees. I'm salty, potato. Cocoa potatoes, everyone. Potato chips, having so much fun. Potato chips, having so much fun.
Come along with the snorks. Swim along with the snorks. So much to see waiting for you and me. Have some fun with the snorks. Play along with the snorks. Sing along with the snorks. Happy we'll be living under the sea. Come along with the snorks. If you could breathe underwater, where would you go? If you had friends underwater, who would you know? Come on, sing along, swim along too. Yeah! Come along with the snorks. Swim along with the snorks. So much to see waiting for you and me. Swim along with the, have some fun with the, come along with the snorks.
Getting me going, keeping me moving on. It's on my system. I'm playing it on and on. People say I'm crazy. I'm always on my own. I flies around me. I take this turn me on. From my video to my radio. It's giving me rocking. It's giving me moving on. From my video to my radio.
I'm taking you to the flip side.
What happened?
Ay, ay, ay. We look like
Cartoons.
You'll be my musical slaves forever.
Let's sneeze it up. I'll save you. What's going on here? I'll explain later. Let's go.
Broadcasting live from the WDCE studios out of the University of Richmond. You're listening to 90.1 FM from the most trusted puppet in media. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman. And this is Saturday morning. Once again, I want to thank everyone for listening to the show. And we are here, like I said, it's been several weeks since we've been off. But we are back here in the studio. And of course, one of the things that people have been asking about is what are we going to do exactly if we are no longer able to be here at the station? And it's very simple. It's that I've been going through all of the episodes. Like I said, you guys don't know this, but many of you, we have over 120 episodes here at the station. And one of the interesting things about having all of those shows, I'm able to go through them and kind of edit them down and see exactly what's going on. Now, what's going to happen next is we are planning on putting all of those shows, or at least 24 of them, together. The best 24 shows, maybe the last couple of shows that we did prior to Christmas, and also the shows that we've done here since the week before Joe Fest. And what we'll do is we'll edit those down and we'll make an actual stream, a 24-hour stream of the shows. Now, we don't have exactly how we're going to do that, present that to you. Just know that we're working on editing the shows here behind the scenes. So just keep in mind that eventually the goal is to have a 24-hour radio station loop of our programs that we've done here on Saturday morning. So basically like the Saturday morning radio cartoon loop, theme loop, maybe. But of course it'll be, different bits and pieces that I've done, and of course I'll be able to come into the stream live and broadcast live, hopefully from ToyTowne. You say, well, what's ToyTowne? Well, ToyTowne is actually where my residency is. I'm here in ToyTowne. You didn't know that ToyTowne was here in Richmond, did you? ToyTowne, no, it's not a store. It's actually where I live. ToyTowne is the magical place, and of course, what's very interesting is just because I live in ToyTowne doesn't mean that you don't have a ToyTowne. You might still have a ToyTowne, but although your toys might be in a bin up in the attic somewhere. But the truth of the matter is that you do have a ToyTowne. In fact, you had a ToyTowne when you were growing up. It was where you played with your toys as a kid. And that's ToyTowne. And that ToyTowne that you had still might be around. Some people have their collections and their ToyTownes behind glass, and it's not my preference. I think if you put it behind glass, you might as well just keep it in the box. I want to be able to see the toys and touch it, unless it's a very particular toy. Silverhawks come to mind, but outside of that, I want to be able to touch the toy, play with the toy, move around with the toy, because the toy is meant to be played with. So, but a lot of times people grow up, at least that's what they say, they told them to do. They go ahead and they put their toys on a shelf, and that's okay. Once again, your ToyTowne is your ToyTowne. Everybody has a ToyTowne. You may not call your ToyTowne ToyTowne. I know somebody who calls their ToyTowne Roundhead's Bunker. I'm serious. There's Roundhead's Bunker. That's a ToyTowne. There's also Skydrow Ravine. It's another. Then there's Bullwinkleville. You ever heard of Bullwinkleville? Well, Bullwinkleville is stacked. I mean, listen, there's not too many things that impress me as someone who actually lives in a place called ToyTowne. But I will say Bullwinkleville is quite an amazing place. I have not been there directly. No, well, that's on the docket, though. We do plan on going to Bullwinkleville. I mean, we have to broadcast from Bullwinkleville. That's what you have to do. Anyways, as far as ToyTowne goes, ToyTowne is where I broadcast from, and that's, what every child had as a kid was a ToyTowne. Throbbing Woods, right, exactly. But one of the things that's very important is that when you were a child, you had your own ToyTowne, and that ToyTowne was a place where your imagination let loose. Now, some people's imagination would only dictate or allow them to play with a certain particular toy at a time, or a toy line at a time. Like, you wouldn't mix your Ninja Turtles with your G.I. Joes, with your He-Man figures, unless you only had a few of them, and you didn't have complete whole sets of different genres. Now, of course, I know many people that had complete sets of different, not genres, I guess, different toy lines. That's probably the word I should have used. The different toy lines, and there was many different toys within different toy lines. But of course, if you didn't have any, you just maybe I would have your He-Man with your Lion-O, and maybe the one or two Transformers that you have. But anyways, it didn't matter because that was your ToyTowne. That was your ToyTowne, and your imagination took you to places that only your imagination could take you, with the help of your toys. And so, of course, when I sit there and think about everyone having their own ToyTowne, they sit there and they may think, well, I don't know how much of a ToyTowne I really have. And I just don't know. And, well, I want to encourage you that pretty soon there's going to be an actual store that opens up. In fact, the store is already online. You can get in touch with them, Toy_Lair. 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 Toy_Lair is a new brick and mortar shop that will be opening in Richmond pretty soon. Now, I do not have the details exactly of the location, but you can find them on Instagram, Toy_Lair. Toy_Lair on Instagram. And this toy shop is going to be something that's much needed here in Richmond. But we will have more information. But if you do like toys, he already does have toys up, so you want to check that out, toy_layer on Instagram. Of course, you can get in touch with me on Instagram at Sam Newsman. That's at Sam Newsman. And, well, I know that, you know, when we're thinking about cartoon themes, that there are many cartoons that have come along that have really defined a generation. And one of those has to do with what I would call the D block. And you ask, well, what is the D block? Well, the D block is a certain set that we do every now and then, where we play a couple of songs that you are very familiar with, that you may have only heard a small fraction of. What do I mean by that? Well, there are many songs that are out there that are much longer than what you actually are aware of. Case being, several songs played within the D block. And so, with that, we'll get you right to the D block and songs that you may not have heard in a while, at least the full version of them. And that's the tease. So keep on listening. I'll be back at the top of the hour, and hopefully we'll have Instagram up and running, and you can see that I am real and the most trusted puppet in media. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday Morning.
Song fills the air. Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventure that's beyond compare. They are the gummy bears. Magic and mystery are part of their history, along with the secret of gummy berry juice. Their legend is growing. They take pride in knowing they'll fight for what's right in whatever they do. Gummy bears, bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventure that's beyond compare. They are the gummy bears. They are the gummy bears. Faithful and friendly with stories to share. All through the forest they sing out in chorus, marching along as their song fills the air. Gummy bears, bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventure that's beyond compare. They are the gummy bears.
get your parents' word, you are the secret force of pole position.
They're moving real fast, they're the only ones who can get there on time.
Okay, sis.
And never too far behind, they are always fighting crime.
Stop time, Dad.
Ready when you are, Rhodey. In the danger zone. Pretty soon they'll be off on a mission.
Hydrofoil mode, Rhodey. Hydrofoil engaged, Dan.
What's behind wheels? Hovercraft, quick!
What's behind this control? Only there are knows. Sit back and watch them go. Help, 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 help. Only there are knows. Sit back and watch them go. Help, 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 help.
At the edge of the universe. Oh, wish you were here at the edge of the universe. At the edge of the universe. Oh, wish you were here at the edge of the universe. At the edge of the universe. Oh, wish you were here at the edge of the universe. At the edge of the universe. Oh, wish you were here at the edge of the universe. At the edge of the universe. Oh, wish you were here at the edge of the universe. At the edge of the universe. Oh, wish you were here at the edge of the
just want to lay there. But Lord Blanket has a plan. Now, wake up. Mini, 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 mini. Ah, that's all right, Frenchie. But the listeners cannot understand that language. It's the language of toys. Mini, 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 mini. I know. But if the listeners are listening and they have a toy, what they need to do is take a picture of their toy and send a tweet to @LordBlanket. Use the hashtag HeyOLordBlanket. And your toy will be a part of Lord Blanket's virtual toy army as he continues his quest to take over ToyTowne. I know. I know, Frenchie, I know. Hey, oh, Lord Blanket. Hey, oh, Lord Blanket. Hey, oh, Lord Blanket.
Today's show brought to you by Imagination. You know, that thing you lost when you were a child. The foundation of creativity, the ability to dream, and the determination to reach the stars. Imagination. From the most trusted puppet in media. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman. Broadcasting live from the WDCE studios out of the University of Richmond, you're listening to 90.1 FM. Give your garbage another life. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. A message from Keeping America Beautiful and the address.
You could accept the fact that this city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportion. What do you mean, biblical? What he means is Old Testament, Mr. Mayor. Real wrath of God type stuff. Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling.
40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes, the dead rising from the grave.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
Broadcasting live from the WDCE studios out of the University of Richmond, you're listening to 90.1 FM from the most trusted puppet in media. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday morning. Now, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I am broadcasting live here on the radio on WDCE 90.1 FM. Now this is what needs to be. We need to sit there and go over a few ground rules, ladies and gentlemen, because here I am actually live on the radio. But I am also live on Instagram. Now, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to be on Instagram for this segment of the show. And when I finish this segment of the show, I may still be on Instagram, I may not. But I will come back at 1:45, the top of the hour, to be back on Instagram again. So here we are. I'm actually live on the radio. And if you do have your smartphone, I see a lot of people now coming in online on Instagram. So we already have several people that are on Instagram right now. Hello, everyone on Instagram in the chat. Want to say hello to everyone in Instagram on the chat. But if you are in Instagram and you are here watching me live on Instagram, what you are not doing is getting the full effect of the show. Yes, I'm actually live on the radio. No, this is not a podcast. This is not something that you see online. No, this is actually real. I'm actually here at the radio station. I'm a puppet and I'm live. I know this might be blowing somebody's minds, but the reality is that I'm here. I am here. Infinity Equation, I see you over there. Hey. Watch that. Watch that episode as every single Friday. I think they start around 8 o'clock. The Infinity Equation. Bunch of good guys over there. I met them all at Joe Fest. Were you guys at Joe Fest? We started broadcasting again right before Joe Fest. So, of course, that's what's very interesting. Now, of course, you're wondering exactly what is going on here. Here I am. I'm a puppet, and I'm on the radio, and I'm also here on Instagram. Well, like I said, if you're watching on Instagram, you're not going to get the full effect of the show. I'm a radio personality. I mean, I know that there's all this stuff here on the internet, and, I'm getting used to it. I see you out there. But what I need to do is I need to focus on the radio. Because the reality is the radio is where it's at. That's where all the magic happens. And that's where I get to play cartoon themes. And that's what we do here on Saturday mornings is I take your theme song request, and we play cartoon themes every Saturday morning. Now, I've already played a few. And I've gotten a couple of extra requests already. Now, here's what's very interesting, though. If you're sending me requests now on Instagram, I can't see them. I might be able to see them when I stop this monologue. Hell, it's not even a monologue. It's just me talking to you right now. But what's interesting, though, is that if you listen to the radio, you'll be able to hear the songs that I'm playing. I'm not going to be playing those songs here on Instagram. So if you want to get the full effect of the show, and if you want to actually reach out and listen to a cartoon theme, what you need to do is contact me directly. You can contact me on Instagram at Sam Newsman. You can contact me on Twitter at Sam Newsman. And, of course, there is the telephone number. Now, do you want the telephone number? No, there's rules now here. Okay, now there's rules. You just don't go calling the phone number while I'm talking to you right now, because I'm not going to answer it. Because I can't answer it, because I'm talking here on the radio. But what I want you to do is that if you do have a theme song request and you can't reach me on Instagram, at Sam Newsman, if you can't reach me on Twitter, at Sam Newsman, then you can call the station, 804-289-UR90. That's 804-289-8790. But you can only call that when I'm starting to play music. And if I don't answer the phone, then tough. That just means that I'm busy. Listen, I'm a media broadcast professional here, and I'm trying to do an actual radio show. It has nothing to do with sitting there being... listen, if there's anything that I'm taking a risk on, that's asking you guys to sit there and have me play what you want to hear. Talk about a risk. Allowing rank amateurs to dictate the show. But you know what? I'll do it. And the reason why I'll do it is because I've been doing it better than anyone else. In fact, there's no one else on the radio on Saturday mornings that is actually playing cartoon themes. There's certainly not a puppet that is playing cartoon themes and taking requests. This is actually, so we are live. Like I said, we are live on WDCE 90.1 FM. If you have the Simple Radio app, download that and you can listen to the show live. You'll be able to hear the theme songs that you request, and you'll be taken back to a magical time when Saturday morning was amazing. And Saturday mornings used to be amazing. You know, the government took away cartoons from you. You know that, right? Well, it's the government's fault. That's not me just saying it and pointing the finger. That's the truth. They wanted more educational programming. So, of course, what did you get? They took away your G.I. Joe, they took away your He-Man, and then they gave you Safari Sam. Maybe I should be Safari Sam. And they gave you all these other different shows about this animal and that animal. Before you know it, there were sports on. You know why? Because sports actually make money. You know, cartoons don't make money. But cartoons were taken away. The government took away your cartoons, and then that's why I'm here. Of course. And of course, what the reality is that when you hear my voice on Saturday mornings, what that means is that you made it. I'm serious. That means you made it. You made it to Saturday, and you're here listening to me. Because, listen, the week has been crazy. Like, everything that happens during the week is bananas. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get into it here. I was sitting there talking about that at the top of the last hour. And what I was saying is that there's so much bad news, all I want to do is talk about good news. And that good news is cartoons. And that you've made it. The week has been so bummy and such garbage on so many levels, but if you're listening to my voice, then that means that you have conquered. Conquered what? Conquered the week. Because it's been nuts. Now, of course, back to the issue. The issue, of course, is that you may not know this, but I have over 120 episodes of this show. Yeah, you might say, oh, well, this might be the first time I'm listening. Well, that's okay. Better late than never. But we do have over 120 episodes, and we're in the process of putting those together and making an actual 24-hour live stream of some of the best content that we've had. So there's more information that's going to be on that soon. But just look for that, because we will be broadcasting a stream 24 hours a day. And it will be some of the best content that we've had here on the show. Now, I do have the ability to probably put this show on the internet later this afternoon. Just the audio, though, not the video. So the question is, for the people in chat right now, so I do have several people in the chat and Instagram. The question is, do you guys want me to upload the show later this afternoon in its entirety on YouTube. Need to have a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the chat and on Instagram. If you're in Instagram and you hear me talking, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you want me to broadcast the show in its entirety on YouTube later. Of course, it seems like no one is even paying attention. I see no thumbs up, no thumbs down. What is good with even having Instagram if people are just going to watch and not interact? There's a thumbs up. Good job. See, Kato. You guys familiar with Kato? Kato's collection. He has a ToyTowne. Kato's collection is a ToyTowne. There's Skydro Walker. Okay, White Vegeta. There we go. We have some thumbs up. So, guys, I'm going to do my best to take the audio from this show and put it on line later today. I do have 2 shows already done. I've not posted them yet, but we will get those as soon as we can. Now, let's see here. Hold on a moment. I have to make sure I get things right. Okay, here we go. All right, just one more other thing. Hold on. See, now, this is what's very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, is that I'm actually broadcasting live on the air, and I'm going through things and I'm making sure that I have everything set up for the next Cartoon Blast. When you say, what's a Cartoon Blast? Well, Cartoon Blast is what we do here. And we played a couple of songs earlier from people who had requests. But it's the cartoon themes that we remember the most. And that's what makes Saturday morning magical. And so what we are going to do is we're going to play some cartoon themes. Like I said, I have a few requests here. And we'll get to those requests here in a moment. Okay? We'll get to those requests in a moment. But, all right, here we go. Good morning, Marky Mark. Like I said, we are also broadcasting live on Instagram. And, of course, we are on WDCE 90.1 FM. Now, once again, we are going to start playing some cartoon themes. I'm going to cut off Instagram here in just a moment. I want to thank everyone for joining this first part. We will be back in about 30 minutes, live on Instagram as we close out the show as we always do. But right now, let's get back to the show. So if you do have a smartphone and you're watching on Instagram, download the Simple Radio app right now. Download the Simple Radio app and search WDCE 90.1 FM. Simple Radio app, WDCE 90.1 FM. Just search WDCE on the Simple Radio app, and you'll be able to hear the show as it's meant to be. And with that, I'll see you guys in about 30 minutes back here on Instagram. And for the rest of you, I'll be here in the station playing the best cartoon themes that you remember. From the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday Morning.
Rehearsing and nursing a part. We know every part by heart. Overture, curtain lights. This is it. We'll hit the heights. And oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show. This is it. Tonight, what heights we'll hit.
we quiet? I'm hunting rabbits. Rabbit tracks. Kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit.
Kill the rabbit?
Yo-ho, 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 yo-ho.
Almighty warrior of great fighting stock, might I inquire to ask if what's up, Doc?
I'm going to kill the rabbit.
Almighty hunter, 'twill be quite a task. How will you do it? Might I inquire to ask?
I will do it with my spear and magic helmet.
Your spear and magic helmet?
Spear and magic helmet.
Magic helmet?
Magic helmet.
Magic helmet.
Yes, magic helmet. And I'll give you a sample. That was the rabbit.
Yes, I know it. I can't help it.
Oh, Brunhilda, be my love. Claws must be
made for you and for me.
Return, won't you return my love? For my love is yours. I'll kill the rabbit. A wise storm. North wind's blow, south wind's blow. Typhoons, hurricanes, earthquakes. Smog. Strike lightning. Strike the rabbit. What have I done? I've killed the rabbit. Poor widow Bonnie. Poor widow
Well, what did you expect in an opera? A happy ending?
Inch high, private eye. Oh, hi, Uncle Inch.
It's a 409. Geronimo. The world's biggest little detective. Inch high, private eye.
dudes and dudettes, Major League Butt Kicking is back in town.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Righteous. Bossa Nova. Huh? Bossa Nova? Chevy Nova? Oh. Excellent. Yeah. All right. Come on, let's move it. I'm starving. Ooh, we're major pizza attack here, dude. Pizza unneeded. Oh, baby. Oh, man. All right. Evening, bros. Woo. Give me 3. You got it. We were great. Damn.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power. They're the world's most fearsome fighting team.
We're really hip.
They're heroes in the half shell, and they're green.
Hey, get a grip.
When the evil shredder attacks, these turtle boys don't cut 'em no slack. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Splinter taught them to be ninja teams.
He's a radical rapper.
Leonardo leads Donatello does machines.
That's a fact, Jack.
Raphael is cool but rude.
Give me a break.
Michelangelo is a party dude. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power.
Presenting His Royal Majesty, the King of Cartoons.
That's right, you heard us correctly. He'll be right in directly to present the cartoon perfectly. Do-ba-do-ba-do-ba-do-wah. The King of Cartoons.
King of Cartoons.
And the masters of the universe. I am Adam, Prince of Eternia and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull. This is Cringer, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, "By the power of Grayskull." Cringer became the mighty Battle Cat, and I became He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Only 3 others share this secret. Our friends, the Sorceress, Man-at-Arms, and Orko. Together we defend Castle Grayskull from the evil forces of Skeletor.
Previously on X-Men.
Tally ho! Wings of silver, birds of steel. Silver hawks, partly metal, partly real. Silver hawks, soaring through the highway of the heavens in their flight. Silver hawks, a rainbow in the night.
The Carrium Rush brought outlaws by the score. Then one day, a lawman appeared, with powers of hawk, wolf, puma, and bear. Protector of peace, mystic man from afar, champion of justice, Marshal Brave Star. Brave Star.
taking flight. Cobra. Cobra. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Panic spreading far and wide. Who can turn the tide? G.I. Joe. American hero. Yo! G.I. Joe. There. G.I. Joe. American hero. G.I. Joe there. Fighting for freedom wherever there's trouble over land and sea and air. G.I. Joe is there. Can the world oppose the deadliest of foes? Cobra. Joes will risk it all to end the evil call of Cobra. They never give up, they never say die. Walking tall with banners high, they sound the battle cry. G.I. Joe there, G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there, fighting for freedom wherever there's trouble over land and sea and air. G.I. Joe is there.
G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained Special Mission Force. Its purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
Fighting for freedom wherever there's trouble over land and sea and air. G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe.
card attached would say thank you for being a friend.
Boy, the way Glenn Miller played.
Songs that made the hit parade.
Guys like me, we had it made. Those were the days. Didn't need no welfare state.
Everybody pulled his weight.
GRO was sour and great. Those were the days.
And you knew where you were.
Girls were girls and men were men. Mister, we could use a man like David Hoover again. People seem to be content. $50 paid the rent. Freaks were in a circus tent. Those were the days.
Take the wheel of Sunday speed.
Gotta watch the Dodgers win.
Have yourself a dandy day
That cost you under a fin.
Hair was short and skirts were long. Kate Smith really sold a song.
I don't know just what went wrong. Those were the days.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Oh, we're live again. Oh, oh, that Game of Thrones is what they play. A house of cards, just day by day. The voters lose in every way. It's just like I always say. It's sideshow, infotainment, politicians, and news anchors, and talking points that make my eardrums bleed. The most trusted puppet in media, is me. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman.
I'll tell you the problem with the scientific power that you're using here. It didn't require any discipline to attain it. You know, you read what others had done, and you took the next step. You didn't earn the knowledge for yourselves, so you don't take any responsibility for it.
I don't think you're giving us our due credit. Our scientists have done things which nobody's ever done before.
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. You say, what time is that? It's the time that we go over what we learned today. And what we learned today is that I am the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, Sam Newsman. And unlike everybody else, I'm actually broadcasting live on the radio. No, this is not a podcast. I'm actually live, WDCE 90.1 FM. Do you have the Simple Radio app? If you do, you can download the Simple Radio app. Oh, shout out to Cool Toy. You know, real quick, you know, I actually have a cocktail cabinet, an arcade one-up cocktail cabinet. And you know, I watched a video by Cool Toy, and he allowed me to actually mod my cocktail cabinet. And you know, it's the arcade cabinet that I play the most. So shout out to Cool Toy. because he has great videos, great content, and you should all check him out and subscribe to him. Like I said, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have got my damn cocktail cabinet corrected. Now I play it more than anything. I do, yes. I play, a lot of times I play, what is it? Atari. Yeah, Atari. You remember the Roadrunner? That might be too old for you guys. Anyways, listen, so the reality is that here we are. We're here on Saturday mornings. And of course, what you need to do is tell all your friends. And you need to tell all your friends that I'm here live every Saturday morning from 9 to 11. Now, if that changes, we'll let you know. And like I said, we are in the process of creating a stream that is going to be looping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's all coming in the future. We're working on that now. But as of this moment, 9 to 11 a.m. on Saturday mornings, that's Eastern time. And if you do have a cartoon theme that you would like to hear, what you do is you just tweet me at Sam Newsman, or hit me up on Instagram at Sam Newsman. And what you do is you just tell me what cartoon theme you want to play. Because the reality is that what else do you want to do on Saturday mornings than wake up and listen to my voice and some cartoon themes? I mean, that's the truth. Because the reality is that if you've made it to Saturday morning, what you've done is you've made it through the week. You get to celebrate. You get to celebrate because you're hearing me. That's right. And, and I'm the only one that's actually playing cartoon themes on Saturday morning. I mean, there's no one else that's doing it. Hell, I'm actually a real puppet, too. People don't think that I'm a real puppet. I am a real puppet. I'm actually here in the broadcast studio at this moment. Shout out to everybody on Instagram. We're broadcasting live on Instagram as well. So shout out to everybody on Instagram. I can see some of you, but the camera is a little bit in the distance, so I whatever. Anyways, hello to everybody on Instagram. I see you over there. Get my little wave on. Here you go. Hi, how's it going, Instagram? Anyways, so what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are here next week between 9 and 11 a.m. You want to pick out which cartoon themes you want to hear, and you want to let me know what they are. So then I can put a set list together. So next week, when you wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning, you can then turn on your radio and have the best Saturday morning that you've had since you were a kid. Well, that's right, because you know what happened? The government took away your cartoons. No, that's the truth. Listen, that's not hyperbole. The government actually took away your cartoons. Yeah, they said they weren't educational enough. All that knowing is half the battle stuff that you heard at the end of G.I. Joe episodes, yeah, that didn't count. At least that's not what the government said. All those He-Man, everything that He-Man told you to do, that Skeletor was doing bad, government said that didn't work. Nope. All those Silverhawk episodes where they were telling you about the stars and space, those didn't count either. So what happened is you had a bunch of safari animal shows that ended up coming in the mid-90s, and then that was it. Cartoons were dead. But have no fear, Sam is here. And like I said, there is no puppet actually broadcasting live on the radio on Saturday mornings and taking cartoon theme song requests. Listen, this is new. A new avenue here. Now, I've been doing this for a while, over 120 episodes, but we're just now hitting a stride. We're hitting a stride, and we're going to keep going. We're going to go strong. So like I said, thanks everyone for listening. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And what I want you to do is I want you guys to have a wonderful week and think about which cartoon themes you want to hear next week. And does that mean I'm going to play the same ones over and over again? Well, if it's worthy enough. Something like Brave Star is always worthy enough to be played. So that's really what happens. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to try to upload the entire show on YouTube a little later. Of course, I'll get popped with copyright and everything else because I'll actually have licensed music, but who cares? I'll see you all later next week. From the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman.
CITIZENJERM. That's CITIZENJERM. I'm Citizen Germ, and this is Saturday Morning Radio. Any broadcast, transmission of this show without written consent from Merger Media LLC is a violation of law. Don't do it. It's bad. Anyways, what I want to do is I want to thank everyone for listening to the show. It has been almost a month since I've been here, and it's been quite a wild ride since that time. One of the things I do want to give a shout out to is Mom. Mom, if you're listening, shout out to you. So shout out to Mom. Always give a shout out to Mom. Shout out to G-Man. G-Man knows. So G-Man knows. That's all that matters, is that G-Man knows. So, I mean, if you don't know, it doesn't matter if you don't know. G-Man knows. So, but anyway, shout outs to the fam. And, it just makes me think, a lot of times we get so busy in our lives that we forget to be grateful and thankful for what we actually have. And what I mean by that is we're so busy. Things are going so crazy. The world is nuts. Turn off the television. Turn off the television and go spend time with your family. Go find a family member that you haven't talked to in a while. Give them a hug. Give them a kiss. Spend some time with them, because you really don't know when they may not be around anymore. And so you need to take the time that you have with the ones that you love and spend that time with them. Because that's what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. And it's been quite an amazing journey getting to know my family even more than I already did. Sometimes you just get to know your family even more just by hanging out with them. And that's what I want to encourage all of you guys to do. Take a look around you. Take a look around at your setting, and your environment, and recognize the fact that you're truly blessed. And you might be going through some fires. I'm not saying everybody's going through fires, it seems like these days. But it's through the fires that you end up, getting stronger. Battle wounds and scars that you can look back and look at people and say, man, I got that scar going through this battle. But guess what? You made it through the battle. And that's what matters. So I'm going to stop talking. You guys don't want to hear me. But you may, because you don't really hear me that much. All you hear is Sam. Sam's gone. He gets out of here. He does his little thing and he's gone. But I want to thank all of you guys for once again listening to the show. We're going to be back next week, 9 to 11, unless something changes. Got some things cooking here in the background, different shows and stuff that we've done, putting it all together. We've been doing this for over 120 episodes. 120. I didn't realize that. It's like 127, I think, maybe. Something around 125. But we're going through those, and we'll get those up as soon as we can. And like I said, it's just kind of tricky, all the licensing and stuff with the music. But once again, just be on the lookout for that at Sam Newsman, at Lord Blanket. And of course, you can reach me at Citizen Germ. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Citizen Germ. So we'll be back next week. We will, unless something crazy happens. Then stay tuned. If we need to start broadcasting live from ToyTowne, we'll do it. We do have the means. It's just a little bit more tricky. So for Sam Newsman and the evil Lord Blanket, and a shout out to everyone else, I'm Citizen Germ, and this is Saturday Morning Radio.